there's Ahu. What?
Source Hunter, is it safe? Have you done it? Please tell me that you have sent Brachus Rex to the grave once and for all.
So I have. His reign of terror is over forever.
Magnificent. Oh, truly wondrous. I feel like a prisoner set free. Free to bask in the daylight once more.
By the way, what's interesting is that he asked if Brachus Rex is no more, and then turned into human, which means that the cat form is way more comfortable or even safe, I guess, for him. Wouldn't have expected that. I would have expected that the cat form is way more vulnerable. But anyway, let's buy his resurrection scrolls, since we still don't have too many of them after since the fight against Huntress Bairdotr. And a look. We have quite some gold. We have a Terra Copper Ring of the Sage, granting dexterity, intelligence, earth resistance, and telekinesis. Sure. Sure, I buy it. Those wands don't seem to be too interesting. I'm missing that you can't sort by level. Oh, but the ropes? Interesting, the ropes are level 10. By the Confident Sturdy Rope of Vitality. Any interesting bows? No, you don't. Maybe it's just all the equipment we sold to him over the time. Here you go. And let's just equip everything. Intelligence. Give the rope to Jahan. The ring. It's actually a good question. I mean, it's kind of interesting for everyone, since everyone uses either dexterity or intelligence. The perception. Let's do it like that. And let's just quickly sell some of the stuff we're no longer using. Maybe I keep the ring, since sometimes you have perception checks, and maybe for that it might be interesting. The gold cups. I know. Way to take off the momentum. So let's continue with the dialogue.
I was so fearful, petrified almost in the knowledge that I might see him again. You see, I knew the Mad King. In fact, I served him.
What? Scarlett. Come again?
I'm a wizard hunter, and that means I've seen many centuries pass me by. They weren't always happy ones, and you may take that as an understatement. I was once under Brachus' thrall, bound to him by perfidious magic. Life was an endless cycle of servitude, torture, and humiliation.
Oh.
Only after the first source hunters skewered him like the pig he was did my nightmare end.
Sounds quite horrible.
As you can imagine, I was afraid beyond all measure that the fiend would enslave us all once more. That I'd be cast back into the rank pit that was my past. But he hasn't, and he never will. Thank you. I will never forget this act of valor.
So, now that Brachus has been dealt with, what's next?
You have foiled one of Leandra's vile designs. That much is certain. But I highly doubt you forestalled her endgame, whatever that may be.
I mean, the question is, even if she's... I mean, if her plan is to destroy everything, we know the end is happening, so... How do we even push it back? The Void Dragon and the destruction of existence and of time.
It is therefore imperative that we find her sister Ikara. As you've learned from the accursed duo that was Jake and Evelyn, the White Witch is somehow involved. I will vouch for her gentle nature, but alas, I cannot vouch for her current state of mind. Has she been corrupted by her sister, perhaps? Or have they become enemies locked in a murderous game of cat and mouse? There's no way of knowing until you find her. What I do know is that she lives in a cabin deep in Luculla Forest to the north. If anywhere, that is where I advise your travels should take you next.
You know, I asked Brackus about Cassandra. Turns out she was his sister with a man-cat. By the way, what? We didn't. Why do we say that? We didn't talk to Brackus Rex.
So you have heard of her?
Or did I miss something?
Yes. I knew Cassandra. She was a sweet girl when we met. Hardly a woman yet. The very opposite of her deranged brother, who did not hesitate to butcher her for his own benefit. We were fast friends in those days. Aye, more than friends. Until he took her down to the dungeons and she returned a woman no longer. A twisted lich had she become, with a twisted mind to match her grisly new shape.
What a lovely man, turning his sister into a lich. But why? Oh nice, that's the question we can ask. Why exactly did Brackus turn his own sister into a lich?
He remorselessly and relentlessly sought ways to cheat death. Cassandra and he were soul-forged, so he knew that if she would die, he would die.
But wait. I mean, how to break a soul forge was also the secret that Therion wanted to get to know from Brackus. But if Brackus actually succeeded at that, turning his sister into a lich, I mean, maybe she's not alive anymore. Because like otherwise, if that keeps him alive, if she would die, he would die, kind of means that I would guess that he can't die when she's still alive. Was she killed in the past? Or why did he even die? Because if he wasn't dead, how could you resurrect him?
And so he turned her into a lich.
Oh, maybe I should listen to the story.
Turned her into a creature neither living nor dead, so that he could break the soul forge without destroying himself in the process. Giving the matter no further thought, he rid his sister of her humanity, so as to rid himself of a spell that could threaten him. Such a man was Brackus Rex. Immortal in his mind and immortal to be in effect.
That was to break.
As your swords and spells have demonstrated, though, to this world's everlasting contentment, his deranged fancy was not to be.
I mean, if Cassandra is an immortal lich, where's she now?
I don't know. When the Source Hunters besieged Brackus' castle, I sought only to escape. I never heard of her again.
I also wonder how long ago that was. Surely, even though, as you say, you and Cassandra were more than friends.
Yes, I longed for freedom, for release. When I saw my chance, I ran and never looked back.
Ah, is that honest? I want an insight.
Very well, Hunter. My gratitude is yours, as is my service.
But sounds like Cassandra will be important. You know, especially with a quest named Cassandra, who are thou? Very interesting.
That's it. Brackus Rex is dead. The way he spoke about our forebears was horrific. I wonder how many Source Hunters had to die before the Source King was deposed.
He was a man utterly corrupted by Source. Don't waste a moment thinking on his crimes, especially not when we have a world of work ahead of us.
Yes, forward is the only way we can look now.
Optimistic.
This Source cult runs deeper than we dreamed. We must stamp it out before another Brachus Rex rises.
Pragmatic. We're both now pragmatic. No place for romantic. The only thing that is sad is Wolgraff being alone over here. No, the only thing that is sad is that we didn't find any bloodstone. Let's walk the way out just to make sure. Something we missed? I don't think so. But yeah. I think that maybe it's for... No, not the game. But for Cyseal. Like, I think we've did everything. Yeah, we can go to Harborheim, but we have to find another entrance to that. Oh, there's a chest. Have a look if we can open that one now, or just take it along with us. But yeah, the Wishing Brother is in another region. The Legionnaires will, and we have to go to Marissa in Silverglen, and we know that is another region as well. The Voice in the Wilderness that plopped up also when we went to the woods, Luculla Forest or something like that. The missing threads, yeah, I think for that we have to use just more Starstones and Bloodstones. The General's Tale is also an overarching thing. The Weresheep is in the land of the fairy, so Heiberheim. Also overarching quest. Ikara is also in Luculla Forest. Yeah. Oh, the Undead Scourge. We've done it. We should report back to Lieutenant Selenia. Ah, we opened that one already. So, I guess the last thing we can do here is to go to Lieutenant Selenia and maybe go a bit of shopping to get some nice equipment before we leave. Because I think, yeah, we are 2 levels above our bow. And 2 or 3 levels above our daggers. So I think it's time to go shopping.
Salutations, Source Hunter.
I'd actually like to talk about some matters concerning the Legion.
I shall be very glad to share what information I can give you.
Let's discuss the expeditions into hostile territory you mentioned.
By all means.
Let's discuss the old church.
For 2 years, all news has been bad news, and clearly nothing has changed. More dead, more undead, and more letters to write home to grieving widows and widowers.
Well, here are more bad news. And a good one.
Still, I thank you for telling me, Source Hunter. Knowledge is better than uncertainty.
Ah, interesting. I was expecting more.
My legionnaires... What? You found
those
2
are
of my
still
soldiers
the old
cowering
ones?
in the bushes. So The chances of survival during these sorties are only about 1 in 10,
Let's
you
discuss
see.
the undead.
So This cannot be. Can it?
I
You
think
have
that's
found
the
one
right
of the
option.
sources of the undead and sent it back into oblivion. But that is fantastic. Never have I seen such heroism.
Yes, yes. Praise me.
Hope breaks through after 2 years of absolute darkness. Cyseal remains under threat, yes, but finally it has been proven even the dead can be vanquished. To think, Feliron too was behind these horrors all along. A man who treated the wounds I obtained in battle, who comforted me when my agony was great. Such a pity.
Comforted you?
Cyseal
Wink,
is in
wink.
your debt, Hunter. I, and the Legion too. Brachus Rex is dead, and no one but you could have done this glorious deed. Divines
Kinda
doubly
hoping
bless you,
for some
friend.
equipment. Okay, buy those arrows since we don't have too many of those. And let's have a look. Level 9. A ring. +1 intelligence. Might be interesting. Now definitely is interesting. I think most things are not of that level that high. Let's sort maybe by gold value and hope that helps. Terra Copper Amulet of the Serpent. Sounds fancy, but it is not. Nah, let's just buy the ring. And don't forget to equip it. Those two. And I'm just gonna go to the market and have a look if there's anything interesting to buy. And then we have to say goodbye to Cyseal, I guess. Doesn't seem to be too much backtracking and everything. Boy, those dying goose noises at the market.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
What did I
No
want to
better
do?
solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows. Well, what sort of arrows do you
Well?
want? Freezing? Silver? Poison?
That was
Get to the point.
freezing. Being a voice actor must be so much fun.
Not in the mood for cheese.
Any further news about the orcs?
Not as near as I can tell. I can't tell one tribe from the next,
Level
or we might
11
know who
orcs.
to blame.
My coin's on that vile Gratilda. She never can brook peace for long.
Savagery's in their very blood.
She doesn't have any good bow that can't, but many
Fresh haddock!
good
Perfect for a fryer!
crossbows.
Aaron has as many friends
Why?
as the man with many cheeses.
I don't like that. It's
Quite there on the
outrageous.
market, it seems.
Have any nice daggers? No. Long daggers. But they are just common ones. That won't do. I'm not gonna use common daggers. Who am I?
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Those gloves are nice.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours
Oh, they're just
for a
diamonds.
scrap of gold!
Just diamonds. Who cares for those? I think the
Quiet
poison
day on the
cloud arrow
market,
might
it
be
seems.
interesting. Let's buy those tips for Jahan. But beside that,
see if you can choose the finest greens.
got those.
Heavenly herring! Delicious dogfish! Yours for a scrap of
And let's
gold!
just do a small crafting session.
For cheese? That excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
And just combine.
Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
With so many things we could craft.
That excuse has more holes
So
than a
let's at
slice
least
of
craft
this
some of
fine
them.
Gorman bear.
Yeah.
Toe of snake, wing of worm,
Let's look at the
brew and
Enchantress. Has anything
spice 'em,
interesting?
stir and churn!
Join the
Ring of
Spud
worm.
Club. if you've
Dearest
got an eye-
customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank
Ooh,
a
charm scroll.
start, eh? I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
I think it's mainly stuff we sold to her. So,
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Oh, and we are quite broke. We lost much of our money. After Frost, Ice Shard. I mean, Ice Shard is such an AP expensive skill, but we had so many enemies who were vulnerable to water damage that I'm just buying it.
Sheep's cheese,
There we
tomatoes.
go.
Dearest customer, I've never seen an aura so plagued by ether. Thank Astarte, I've just the earth scroll to ground you.
Earth Scroll. And let's do a quick selling of everything we don't need.
Let us see if you can choose the
Where
finest
did we get that
grains.
from? The Buffalo Amulet? Do we need that?
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Should I sell it? Wow, so many arrows.
Pay the big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Bronze, smokescreen, smokescreen. Sell.
Let's see. Halibut.
I'm also not a fan of those
cheese,
grenades.
Tomatoes.
Because you actually have to buy a talent to be
Quiet
actually
day on the market, it
able
seems.
to throw them nicely. At least those we can sell, I think. Yeah, I mean, the love grenade is maybe nice.
orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies Cyseal's ever seen.
Alright.
Watch the
And just for the effect, let's not teleport to Luculla Forest. But let's do a save. Called Goodbye Cyseal. Let's leave. And venture forth into the second act, basically. Let's see.